name is Zenat Begum, and I'm the founder of Playground Coffee Shop and Playground Youth. We've been a community organization that's been around for 4 years so far. And as of recently, we've done a lot of more mutual aid work that's been getting us a lot more recognition. And when I say recognition, I mean, just like you, how I feel seen for the first time in my life of doing something that I've been doing all along. So in March, we started mutual aid to do PPE for all the protests that were happening all throughout the city. And it took a turn as I felt more watched and more seen and surveyed. And in these spaces where I necessarily didn't belong, my voice was the most compelling. And now we've pivoted to doing community bridges all throughout the city. So if you've seen them, if you utilize them, thank you. But I wanted to just talk about this notion of New York being dead, which is something that I've been kind of dealing with in the last few weeks. That the part of New York that's dead is the part that's ingrained in consumerism and capital and all this material that shouldn't exist anymore. So for people who think New York is dead, that New York is dead. For all the families that have come here to escape and to have a better life for their family, this is why New York exists. It's a haven, it's a safe haven, and it's for folks who needed it more than anybody than all of these transplants and gentrifiers. So thanks for leaving, and thanks for actually putting our heads together to actually make our city survive in a time that seemed like it was so helpless and hopeless. I do want to say, though, that as mutual aid organizations pop up in the city, just be skeptical that there are white organizations that come up and act like they are on our side, but they are actually not. And that mutual aid organizations comprise of folks who look just like us, like the skin color that we are, like the folks that we are, the stories that we carry. That's mutual aid. And it can't be colonized in a time that we think that it's actually going to be benefiting for us. And be skeptical, be wary of the folks that lend you a hand, because even then, there's a weird exchange. I do want to say that mutual aid is something that's come about, and it's been talked about in so many different ways and rhetorics that have happened that are unseen and uncanny, but that doesn't mean that we don't have the ways to actually rebrand and also reattempt to understand what mutual aid is. And that if you are in mutual aid work, I thank you, because you guys are the real heroes and the real essential workers that make this city going.